He wasn't a narcissist. He was just a misogynist. It's not a personality disorder confined to individual cases. In feminist literature, it's very well known. It's called the male ego. It's intrinsic to the very nature of manhood, and many times in interpersonal relationships with women, it can present as narcissism. As women, we're expected to perform emotional labor, and a lot of that is becoming literate in therapy speak and kind of familiarizing ourselves with pop psychology psychobabble. We roleplay as psychiatrists in our relationships, trying to diagnose him with avoidant attachment or, say, unhealed trauma and narcissistic personality disorder. No, he's not subjecting you to narcissistic abuse. He's just being a misogynist to you. The truth is, encountering people with narcissistic personality disorder is rare. It's a neurodivergency, and someone who is diagnosed with NPD does not have to be a bad person or abusive. But the truth is, as women, every time we call one of our abusive exes a narcissist, we're just gaslighting ourselves that it's an individual problem rather than a systemic issue. His narcissistic rage was sex-based violence. He would never treat one of his male friends like that. No, he doesn't have avoidant attachment style, he just uses you for your body. Or alternatively, you might mistake romantic interest for him just using you for your emotional empathy. Although yes, many men think women are only good for one thing, and that's obvious objectification, there is another kind of objectification I've observed in my life, which is basically when he sees you as an empathy dispenser. You're a sensitive person, you're a woman, you've been told to put other people's feelings before your own, so he puts his little hand under your sensor and you dispense love, empathy, and compassion. You cleanse him, you rid him of the parasites in his soul, and ultimately he's just talking to the mirror. And so many times as women, we mistake that for emotional intimacy and romance, but romance goes both ways. And it can take women many years to realize the conversation was never reciprocal. But the reason why the male ego has to reduce women to non-entities of compassion is because it fears emasculation. Emasculation, quite possibly, is my least favorite word in the entire English language, and that's because it only ever ends with women getting pushed down. When someone says you're emasculating him, it's your cue as a woman to submit yourself to this male authority. And these gendered power dynamics where you're trying to circumvent any kind of emasculation can mimic narcissistic abuse. Right now, men are collectively emasculated by women. It's why you see figures that are violently clamping down on feminism. We're having a crisis of legitimacy in patriarchy. Because if women were truly the weaker sex, men wouldn't have anything to worry about. They'd find feminism to be cute and quirky. He's lashing out at you as a woman because he's actually scared that you're better than him. And for him, that is emasculation. Because there's nothing more humiliating for a man to be outperformed by a woman fair and square. Which is why, as a woman, you often feel you have to minimize yourself for him, not speak too highly of your accomplishment, maybe try to lower your intelligence, say, you're great, your ideas are amazing, your business is gonna take off. And a lot of times, men will openly admit on these stupid podcasts that you can't outperform men. It's this little secret, like, don't you dare become better than a man, because he will find you unattractive. But that invites the question, if women were actively trying to rein ourselves in to keep this illusion of masculinity, then why is it that men are the leaders of society? Because evidently they're kind of failing at it. And that's why you're seeing violent misogyny becoming normalized, why these men are listening to hours upon hours of manosphere content and subsequently becoming radicalized. So when he puts you down, belittles you, and doesn't think your accomplishments or dreams are as important as his own, it is absolutely based on the fact that you are a woman. He respects the lives, dreams, and ambitions of other men. Okay, thinking he's inferior to Elon Musk, but not you. You're not attracting narcissists. You're attracting men.